So I want to give my thoughts on Aaron Rodgers deciding to skip out on Jets mandatory minicamp. So in the past couple of days, it comes out from Robert Saleh. He shares that Aaron Rodgers is going to be skipping mandatory minicamp and that it is unexcused. Apparently, it came out earlier today that Aaron Rodgers had shared his plans to be gone during this time with the Jets. Previously, Rodgers had planned whatever he's doing right now before, I guess, the minicamp schedule came out. He told the Jets, and they were like, okay. So they already knew before this week the mandatory minicamp took place. And so the question is it a big deal? And here's my take on the situation. I think that I would always prefer, when it comes to quarterbacks being there with their team, I would always prefer them to be there because I think you're better off if your players are there at every single practice because I think every single practice is somewhat important. But I think that to miss, a couple days of practice, 2-3 days of practice when you've already been there for the weeks of OTAs, both this year and last year, it's not going to affect the Jets season at all. You look back at 2021, for a few seasons, off seasons, the Packers and Aaron Rodgers were in different kind of disputes, trying to figure out if Rodgers was going to stay with the Packers, if he was going to retire, things like that. And in 2021, Rodgers skipped mandatory minicamp. He goes on to win MVP. So I don't think that 2 or 3 extra days of practice with the Jets is going to be the difference between the Jets, winning the Super Bowl and not winning the Super Bowl. I think it's going to have zero effect on the actual season, zero effect on how good the Jets actually are. Now, it would be nice if he was there because it would, stop the madness that has ensued because of him skipping mandatory minicamp. I think the Jets probably knew that with him skipping that it would cause this huge uproar among the internet. And I get why people, see it as a big deal. And as I said, I prefer him to be there, but I don't think it's as a big a deal as the internet has sort of made it at this point. And so I think, honestly, if the media was not a thing and the Jets were just playing football and Rodgers missed 2 or 3 days of practice after being at OTAs, they wouldn't care whatsoever. I think the Jets would only care really because they knew what would happen in the media and what it would lead to and the drama it would create out on the internet, all the noise it would create. That's probably why they are probably wishing that Rodgers had been there. And of course they want to have Rodgers there. He's their quarterback, but he's been there the whole time. He's 40 years old now. And during his time in Green Bay near the end, he was sharing how it was better for him to continue to work out by himself instead of being there at practice. And I think that when you've been in the league for however many years it is for Rodgers, 15, 16, 17, whatever number we're at now, I think it's okay for a guy to go out and do what he wants to do. I don't think it's going to affect the Jets' actual season. And, we're probably going to get to the season if there's ever a down game, Aaron Rodgers has a bad game, people will probably say, well, if he had been at mandatory minicamp, maybe he would have connected with that guy on that route right there, which I just don't think it's going to have an effect on the season, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be completely honest. So those are my thoughts. If you want more NFL content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.